Today's gaming news includes info on Final Fantasy 15, PlayStation 4 Pro upgrades, and more. Let's get right into this. First up, Final Fantasy 15 director Hajime Tabata spoke on the game at Barcelona Games Week. He talked about a potential PC release, saying that, quote, "We're focusing our efforts into the console versions of the game, so we're not looking into it right now, to be honest. Making a PC version of the game would mean we'd have to readjust a lot of stuff and concentrate solely on developing it, even though the development team has shown interest in getting a PC version out at some point," end quote. With Square Enix's larger involvement with PC gaming, it makes sense that Final Fantasy 15 will come to PC at some point, but it probably won't be for a while. Speaking on a PlayStation 4 Pro version of the game, he said, quote, "It's basically the same thing about the PC. If we wanted to take full advantage of the new hardware, that would mean putting in much effort and time to make the game look and run better, and time is something we don't have right now. Neither we had foreseen the PS4 Pro's existence before," end quote. He didn't rule out future upgrades, however, saying, quote, "We can't exclude that in the future. With some dedication and time, maybe we can get a PS4 Pro version of the game that can take advantage of the capabilities, but as of right now, the game has maxed out the PS4 horsepower," end quote. Tabata ended it by saying, quote, "We had worked so hard to make a game that fans can enjoy and like. We want them to feel like it's a beautiful FF game. We gave it our all and hope fans will be satisfied in the end." After the long wait and delays, Final Fantasy 15 finally hits the market on November 29th.
You know, you might be able to counter if you started parrying properly. Should give you a good workout.
Whatever doesn't kill me makes me stronger.
Gladiator, do it! Certainly, I expect this much trouble.
Speaking of the PlayStation 4 Pro, Sony has added an extra gigabyte of RAM to the console. In an interview with IGN, Mark Cerny revealed the news and spoke on it. He said, quote, "We felt games needed a little more memory, about 10% more, so we added about 1 gigabyte of slow conventional DRAM to the console," end quote. That's probably not going to be any substantial performance increase, but anything little for the same price, I'll definitely take it. PS4 Pro launches on November 10th. It'll be priced at $400 with a 1TB hard drive. Another game that has had a long journey is The Last Guardian, a game developed by Team Ico, the guys behind two of the best PS2 games of all time, Shadow of the Colossus and Ico. The Last Guardian was announced back in 2009, and finally the game has gone gold. For those that don't know what going gold means, essentially development has wrapped up, and now the game can be put onto disc. But there's still things to do, like working on DLC and a possible day one patch. However, this is still a huge milestone for the game, and now it's closer than ever. The Last Guardian comes on December 6th. Lastly, The Order 1886 was one of the more interesting games of this generation. Most gamers would agree that the game was a disappointment, but there was potential in it to become something great. Ready at Dawn's creative director spoke with Game Informer, saying that the Order IP has a future. Quote, "Yes, that IP has a future. It's definitely built in that IP. That future is already something that was built from the very get-go, from the first day we started working on it. As you know, since you played the game, and for the ones who played out there is a larger storyline. There is a macro story that keeps going. It's an IP that is actually bigger than the storylines we have created. So there are legs to this IP, definitely," end quote. The Order was praised for its technical achievements, but panned due to the short length and redundant gameplay. Hopefully at some point we see a sequel, because there is something to build upon from the first game. So that wraps up gaming news for the day. What do you think about Final Fantasy 15's impending release? Are you excited for The Last Guardian, and would you pick up an Order sequel? Let us know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.